And welcome back to MUTV for our special MUSG election show. I'm Aaron Mabin, joined by Grace Kinnaman, who is the MUSG elections coordinator. Grace, thank you so much for joining us. Today is election day. Tomorrow it's announced. I want to know, what is today like for you?
Today, compared to the past few weeks, is pretty relaxed. My job is to mainly answer questions from the candidates, and they've been out campaigning for the past few weeks and all day today, so it's been pretty relaxed for me.
Yeah, and this year has kind of been a special year. Last year we only had 17% of the students vote, so I believe that they switched things up a bit and they changed the election process. So how has that change different from last year to this year?
This year for the presidential elections, we have eliminated the primary elections, and we are kind of test running a new voting system this year called instant runoff voting. So instead of voting once for a candidate, you will students will be ranking the candidates 1 through 3. And then the percentage of the votes will be totaled, and if one ticket has the majority percentage, then they automatically win. And if not, then the ticket with the lowest percentage will be dropped from the ballot, and then the rest of their votes, their second place votes, will be redistributed, and so on and so forth until a majority percentage is reached.
And then, so what essentially is your job tomorrow, would you say? Is it just to kind of scroll through the computer? Are you tallying up anything, really?
Most of the work is done on the computer, so tomorrow morning I'll be evaluating the results and making sure that everything has the all clear. And then tomorrow at noon I'll be giving a press conference telling the results of all the elections.
Great. So besides kind of election things, you also have to moderate everything, or kind of hunker down on everything and make sure that no one has any infractions. Has anyone been close to infractions, really?
We've had a few infractions brought to my attention. Nothing big, just small things that will be dealt with my committee. Infractions, depending on the severity, we will figure out a percentage of votes to deduct from the candidate's total percentage.
So you're telling me earlier that you're a nurse. How is it getting into the political side of things, and what has been the challenges too?
I do not have much of a political background, but luckily my job is mostly just to enforce rules. But it's definitely been a learning experience for me, and it's very interesting. This is my first MUSG position, but I have a great elections committee who helps me out, and everyone's just been really helpful with the questions that I've had.
And how long have you been really working with things? Has it just been the past few months, past few weeks?
I was asked to be the elections coordinator about a little over a month ago. The last elections coordinator dropped out of the position because she's running on a ticket and obviously cannot coordinate herself. So.
Great. So what can we expect to see tomorrow? Do you have any little voter insight or kind of advice for voters tonight?
Well, I would say vote, because your vote really does matter. And you know, even if your first choice of vote does not win, the odds of your second choice winning the election are greater. So this year you actually have a say. So it should be really interesting to see how it turns out tomorrow.
Great. Thank you so much, Grace. Back to you guys in the studio.